building. We in the building. We in the building, bitch. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building. We in the building, bitch. We in the building.
Finally, RZeroB and PTA have come back to Giants. Ooh, whoa, my bad. Woof. Hold on. B.
There you go. Yeah.
N.
Shout out the people paying the bills, first and foremost, yeah.
Which means that finally RZeroB and PTA have come back to Giants Talk.
Giants Talk, yeah. That's what we're called. They call us that.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have an amazing show planned for you this evening.
Wait, is it going to be amazing? Is it going to be like amazing?
Amazing.
Oh, okay, cool. Carry on.
Okay. We are going to talk a little bit of the the preseason game. We are going to talk a little bit about Kenny Golladay and that situation. We're going to talk about how Daniel Jones had one of the best, and I mean best practices of all practices today because the Giants were off.
Oh yeah. It was good practice today.
It was a great practice. Great practice today.
Yeah.
And we'll talk a little bit about Tyrod Taylor, Daniel Jones, Tyrod getting some first team reps. We'll dive in all of that during the show today. It's going to be amazing. Not going to waste any time. Want to get right to it. Want to say hello to my co-host here, or I'm the co-host and he's the host, or he's in charge.
There is no co-host. We just
my fellow.
Yeah, we're just two guys.
Two guys. Just two guys in a webcam. And
two guys in the room.
Two guys in a room.
Yeah.
What RZeroB and PTA is cooking. Now you guys will notice I've changed where I have my webcam here. I've got myself a new mic, so I hope for the stream, sounding good. We're sounding crisp.
I think it sounds clear. Great. I think it sounds fantastic, personally. Sounds so good.
PTA, what's up, baby?
Hey, listen, I can't call it. How's everything going, man?
Chilling, baby, chilling.
Yeah.
I got you. We got our fans. I got some coffee.
I got some coconut water.
Hey, coconut water. So question, and even question for the chat. Are you a fan of coconut milk or almond milk? And if so, why? Like why do you like it so much?
Okay, so back in the day, right, when I was trying to be super healthy and super in shape because I had to be a United States Marine or something, I used to actually try to stay away from all dairy because dairy was really first of all, it was kind of fattening for me because I ate too much of it, and secondly, it really messed with my digestive system. So this was just honestly just based on what I was putting in my body at the time. So I cut out all milk and I drank nothing but almond milk for a long time. Did all my smoothies were almond milk, protein shakes and stuff. Like I stopped doing regular milk. Now I do now I do like the A2 milk. So the A2 milk's okay.
Okay.
But almond milk, coconut milk, nah. Coconut water, yes.
See, for me, I used to be, obviously eat a lot of cereal. I'd like to have like cookies and milk. Chat, question for the chat. Chips Ahoy or Oreos, okay? And here's the trick with that. Based upon your answer, do you like the soft Chips Ahoy or the crunchy Chips Ahoy? And if it's Oreo, are you going regular or double stuffed? You got to let me know in the chat, okay? Let us know in the chat. But I found out that I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh, that'll do it. A lot of people are lactose intolerant.
So, like, the next day after drinking, like, milk or having something dairy, my stomach would be bothering me. Mm-hmm. I'd be going to the bathroom, having, like, a lot of bowel. And I was like, man, like, what, like at first I didn't know what was going on. I just thought, I was like, well, I don't know, maybe it's just something I ate or whatever. But then I noticed that like it would happen every time after I had pizza or regular milk or ice cream or something like that. I was like, holy shit, I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah, a lot of people are lactose intolerant, and especially depending upon where you get your milk. Now we get our milk from a butcher, so our milk comes straight from the farm, like straight up.
Oh, so you coming like, you getting getting that fresh udder shit.
Yeah, like if we have to get, which there's plenty of times, plenty of occasions for us to have regular milk. But when we need to get regular milk, we drive like 45 minutes out to the country and go and get milk.
Mm.
And we also get,
are you a fan of that? Like, if you had a choice, like right now, like obviously you get your milk from there, but if you had a choice, would you get everything right from a farm, like fresh?
Most of our,
we're talking like eggs. Like I'm talking like eggs, vegetables. Like, would you go out there? Like, if you could, would you have like your own farm where you could have pull carrots and all that shit?
No. I wouldn't have my own farm. However, my food is farm to table. We go to farmers markets, so we get our meat. Sometimes we get our meat from the butcher. Sometimes we get our meat from the farmers market. Sometimes we get our meat from Costco. It depends on the situation.
You got Trader Joe's over there?
Yeah, we got Trader Joe's.
Have you ever been? I've heard that the meat there is really, really good at Trader Joe's.
Oh yeah, you want to try Trader Joe's meat?
I know myself up for failure there.
So essentially what you're saying to us right now is that you have aspirations of putting Trader Joe's meat in your mouth. Just
Mr. LaFleur's.
Just a little bit of it though, like not all the meat, or you're going to take it all.
Half. Just the part that's not sweaty from the dodgeball game. Just a little bit.
Oh Jesus.
Just a little bit.
Okay, New York Football Giants.
Changing the subject. So let's get right into it. I know it's a little bit late, and we apologize to y'all. We were gonna upload on our own separate channels. We were gonna upload, our individual recaps of the preseason game. I got busy. Obviously, PTA probably got busy as well, so we didn't get an opportunity. But we'll do it now.
No. I didn't get busy. I just didn't do a video for it. Like I'm not. Listen, y'all. I didn't get busy. All right, I had time to make a video, and then I said, you know what? For what? Right? Because as I look at the Twitterverse, right, and I look at Giants Twitter, y'all losing y'all minds over stuff that's happening in preseason and training camp, and I'm not.
I agree.
I'm not there yet, right? Because like maybe if this was year 2 of Brian Dable and I understood what their goals and aspirations were, then maybe I could speak on the. Yeah,
we don't really even know like how they're approaching the team. To be honest, like
I don't know.
Like I was a victim of it with Aaron Robinson. I mean, the dude was getting cooked. Okay, he was getting cooked.
Quiet as kept. He
was getting chopped up. He was getting slaughtered. They were about to put him on the grill. Okay, he was getting cooked. He was going to become a medium rare steak. All right, and. And I'll be honest, and I think it was probably because, and I think the reason why we felt that way, right, is because when Bradbury got cut, we were saying to ourselves, listen, we got Darnay, we got Aaron Robinson on the roster. We liked what he did coming out of college, looked good in college, reminded me, and I said it constantly, a lot of Peanut Tillman, in your face, jamming you, good against the run, thought a lot about him, and then came out and just shit the bed. Now, could he turn it around? He could. It's still young in his career. His second year, he missed the majority of last year because he had an injury.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably just trying to get his feet wet. But we won't spend a lot of time on this, but we'll spend a few minutes on it and just give a brief recap as far as the preseason game and our thoughts that we haven't already expressed in other people in Twitter Spaces or other channels, and I'll just kind of go first. I thought from all in all, I thought that the second and third team offenses looked really, really good. Tyrod looked great. I thought Daniel Jones played well, but
you thought Tyrod looked great.
Well, when I say great, I mean like I
Great?
thought not when I say great, I don't mean like great. I mean like he looked good. You know what I'm saying? And,
I'm sorry. My bad. I did not start that correct. Tyrod better. You thought Tyrod was great? Hey,
I
shout
just
to the
thought
boss.
from that bird game. What's up, baby?
Happy birthday, man! By the way, happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to the boss, man! Happy birthday.
Listen, and you know what, bird
Kiss
game,
your
you know
some more so you keep us on the fucking channel. You know what I mean?
I know. You know, listen, nobody knows, but I know. You know, you shared it with me privately. You know what I'm saying? Wink, wink.
What the?
You know
fuck?
that I know that me and PTA are your favorite. You know, as far as the BGN. So, listen, you don't only have to come in and join. You know, when your Eagles are sucking or blowing it, or you know, or when you want to gloat. You know, you could just come in and join. You know, the thing whenever you want. You know what I'm saying? Not only when they
because it's your house. It's your house.
You know what I'm saying? So listen, you don't even have to take off your shoes.
No.
Okay.
No.
And you can just go right into the fucking fridge,
Yep.
grab a cold one.
Yep.
Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Put your fucking muddy feet up on the couch. Fuck your
Put your muddy feet up on the couch. You can leave the seat up when you go to the bathroom. Hell, you don't even have to fucking flush. I'll do it for you. Okay. That's the way.
I'm not flushing the toilet for no other motherfucker. You got to flush your own problems down.
But you could always join up, bro. But my thoughts when it comes to Tyrod.
Oh my God, Don Vito! I'm gonna ban Don Vito. Don, what the fuck is wrong? Why are you talking like that so early in the show? We just started, and you're saying that's disgusting.
Don, listen, we had a little comment from you up on the stream for a good portion of it the last couple of times, and one of them was very, very obscene. Okay, and we'll do it again. We will. I mean, he will. Him over there. He will.
Yeah, because I'm actually the producer of the show.
He's the one in control of all of this.
Yeah, I produce the show. This is why I brought Robin, because I needed a star. I got to produce this shit.
Okay.
I will put your crazy.
So watch it, okay, Mr. Vito. Okay.
We're lagging on
you're going to need the golden power of Vito to get out of that. Okay. Shout out to Big Brother. But when it came down to Tyrod and to Daniel Jones, I thought Tyrod looked more comfortable in the pocket. I thought he looked more comfortable going through his progressions. I feel that Daniel Jones still looked uneasy. Now that could be somebody that's been in a bad relationship, multiple relationships, and then you finally get into a good one and you're a little bit nervous. So I can sort of understand it, but sort of not understand it. What I will say is that Daniel Jones was throwing some pretty good balls, leading his receivers. It was very keen that they were trying to get Galladay involved early and try to get him the ball. He had a couple of key drops that were right on the numbers. One of them potentially for a touchdown at the goal line. And I thought Saquon looked good. They gave him the first 2 touches, of the game. I thought Saquon looked good. I'll actually go out and say that I think all 4 running backs looked great. I thought Corbin played well. Brightwell was running hard. Antonio Williams was running hard. The defense, Darian Beavers is that dude. I mean, he is that dude.
You like Beavers, huh?
I love Beavers, dude. 6'4", 255. The guy can run sideline to sideline. And I'm going to go off on a limb. And this is nothing against Tate Crowder, but I'm going to go off on a limb and I'm going to say that we found our back end leader in Xavier McKinney. And I want to talk about him tonight too, because he had and I want to see it. I didn't see it, but I heard it. And him speaking up and just being a vocal leader on that defense, they gave him the green dot. I think we found our linebacking leader for the linebacking room and maybe even for that front 7, and that's Darian Beavers.
Wow, that's a bold take.
I think he's going to be that leader. I think he's going to be that guy. Obviously, he hasn't shown any vocal stuff yet because he's a rookie. He's got to keep quiet, but I think his play is going to say it all. I think that it'll come down to the point where I think Blake Martinez, strictly because of his intelligence and what he's done in the league, he'll be the starter. But I think it's going to be only a matter of time before Beavers takes the number 2 spot from Tate Crowder. And then I think it will be Tate Crowder and Beavers going forward for the New York Football Giants at the inside linebacker positions, along with Micah McFadden. And on the outside, obviously, we already know what we got. So I'm not going to jump to huge conclusions. I will say that I think that, and not just Aaron Robinson, to be honest, but all of our corners were getting like kind of toasted against the Patriots. Fucking Joe Judge was dialing up fucking plays, dotting us up down the field. He must have been watching the tape right there.
Yeah.
But the whole defense needs some work. Pest, your thoughts on the preseason game, wins, loss, L's and W's, what you thinking?
Okay, first and foremost, I'd like to give a shout out to Eagles Pahan. Eagles Pahan, who I would assume is from England and enjoys asses because he wanted us to know about bums. So Eagles Pahan, thank you. I also enjoy a nice ass. Hope you have a great day.
My wife has a nice ass.
Eagles Pahan. Eagles Pahan likes bums or butts or derrieres or posteriors, gluteus maximus. All right. So what's going on, Further AM? How you doing, man? Appreciate you. Hey, Zach is in here.
Or anus.
What's going on, Zach? Zach has finally shown up. What's going on? No, Don Vito. No. You didn't read that right. I read it the correct way. That's Eagles Pahan. He's from England and he likes ass. See? Eagles Pahan. Pahan. Eagles, maybe it's Eagles Pehan. That's probably, the P is probably, it probably stands for posterior because he likes bums. You know what I'm saying? It says Eagles Pehan. P stands for posterior. The second P is silent.
Shout out to Artem, though, also in the chat. He through my Twitch channel. Shout out to Artem. What's going on, brother?
What's up, Artem? Yeah, man, appreciate all y'all for being in here. So yeah, the game. Giants are bad. Listen, y'all, Giants are bad, and we shouldn't be surprised that the Giants are bad. They're supposed to be bad. You can't be prostate. Good one, Vito. He likes prostates too. Shit, that's all good.
That's a little deeper.
Yeah, you got to go up in there and you got to wiggle a finger around or something. I don't know anything about that, but I watch a lot of YouTube. Anyway, the thing is,
hold on, wait a second.
What?
Don, did you just really ask us,
Jimmy G?
Did you really just ask us that question, Don?
Jimmy, he's asking about Jimmy G.
Please pop that message up. Please pop that message up.
Man.
I want everybody to see this message. This man, Don Vito. First and foremost, Vito, I expect with a name Vito, I expect more from you. I really do. I mean, that's like Don. Like if you look at me the wrong way, you're dead. Kind of name. You know what I'm saying? And man. You have the audacity to ask us. After a man came in here that likes asses.
Yeah, he likes ass. He likes ass. He definitely likes
the bums, the derrieres.
He loves it.
You asked us how we feel about Jimmy Garoppolo. Don, do you really want to know how I feel about Jimmy Garoppolo? Do you really want to know?
Say it, man.
Do you really want to know, Don?
Say it.
I want to wait for Don's response. I want to know. Do you really want to know, Don, how I feel about Jimmy Garoppolo?
Just spit it out. The clock is ticking.
Do you want to know, Don, how I feel about Jimmy G?
Well, we know how Don feels about him. And that's that's going to stay up for the rest of the show. Congratulations, Don.
It doesn't matter what you want. Because Jimmy G, Eagles fan, pan, butt bums, it ain't gonna happen. Not on my time. Now that message will stay afloat for the rest of the stream.
Yeah, they're gonna have to wonder who Don thinks is handsome. So okay, all right, back to the quick brief.
That's what's fucking important.
So here's the thing, right? This preseason doesn't matter to me, y'all. Y'all guys got to understand that right now none of this really matters to me because I have no idea what this team is doing. I have no idea what they're trying to accomplish. And last week we did not see anything. We didn't see anything that was special from either side of the team by design. So we don't even know what kind of offense is going to be. We saw basic plays, basic routes, basic throws, basic runs. Everything was basic. Basic defense, right? Although
basic blitzes.
Although I guess Bill Belichick was a little upset that we blitzed so much. But if that's what we're gonna do, that's what we're gonna do. We have blitzed.
Fuck you, Bill.
Blitz their asses. That's what you do. Yeah, I don't really have a big, super huge, gigantic opinion on this preseason because I don't know what this team is. So, like, I'm in the dark just like y'all in the dark. Y'all don't come to me looking for answers because I don't fucking know. 20 minutes? Yeah, cool. I don't fucking know. Like, I really don't. I don't know. I can tell you that I saw some really good things on tape. I can tell you I saw some things that made me want to punch the screen as I watched the film. I watched that game. I said this when I was talking with Eli Rax. Shout out to
brother Eli.
Yeah, shout out to New York Revival. Was talking in his little Twitter chat thing. And I said that I had watched that first drive for like an hour. I literally kept watching that drive, just looking at each person like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Our interior offensive line sucks. But I don't know if that's a real thing or not. I don't know if that was by design. I don't know if it was because we did a lot of basic things. But if we're going off of what we saw on film, the interior offensive line sucks. It's going to be a problem in pass pro. But here's some good news. We are going to run the fucking ball down your goddamn throat.
And guess what? There's a freight train leading the fucking way. And that man's name is fucking Evan Neal, baby.
Listen, I will say this. In the run game, this offensive line mauls motherfuckers. They move bodies. They look like shit in pass.
And to be honest, I mean, look at Mark. Like Mark Lewinsky was just on a team that they had the number one running back that led the NFL in rushing, and Jonathan Taylor. This man is a dominant. That right side of the line is where you're running the ball.
Oh yeah,
100%. You're running the ball behind Mark and Evan Neal. That is. And obviously Daniel Bellinger when he's out there. And that is your run side. Your left side is the question. Now, what I don't like is already Shane Lemieux hurt. I don't know the severity. Haven't checked on it. I haven't heard any major.
It's a toe. It's a
toe injury. I just don't want it to be where Andrew Thomas doesn't have help on that left side, and he's got to do it all on his own. Not that he can't handle it, but I don't want it to be where he's doing it all on his own again last year. And so, listen, there's so many spaces that I've been going into, and Giant fans are like literally spamming the freaking panic button already. They're shitting on Evan Neal. They're shitting on Daniel Jones, which obviously comes with the territory. I mean, we're just like, they're in full panic mode. Full fucking panic mode. Let me say this to you guys, okay? I think that we upgraded at least 75% of our offensive line. And I say that because the only two question marks that we have on the offensive line is the center and left guard position. John Feliciano is a plug and play player. He's not a long-term answer. Okay. He's a plug and play player. And we don't know what is going on with the left guard position, whether it's Shane, whether it's Joshua Zedu. Hell, we don't even know what we're getting out of Marcus. I can't remember his last name because he tore his ACL. He tore his ACL. And that wasn't, he didn't even make it to training camp, I don't think. I think that happened in OTAs. Okay?
No. When he tore it at FanFest.
He tore it at FanFest? Okay. If he tore it at FanFest, I mean, so now we're not even going to know what's going on with that guy. So now we have another interior offensive lineman that we're not going to know what he's capable of, right? Yep. So those are the only two positions on the offensive line that are not secured. The other positions are secured, which to me personally are pretty important positions. From a wide receiver perspective, and this kind of goes into our next segment, which is Kenny Golladay, I personally think, and I hope I'm wrong, but Tony needs to stay healthy, man. These little tweaks and shit that he's getting, I don't like it. I don't like it. He didn't play in the preseason game. He didn't travel. I don't like it. Your best ability is your availability. Point blank and simple. And I think we really, as Giants fans, really took two players for granted when it came to their availability. The two players, except for his rookie season, because he missed, I think, 6 weeks, Odell Beckham was always on the field. Always on the field until he hurt his ankle like near the end of the year, his final year with us, and then got his contract, and then we traded him. And Eli Manning was always available. And I look at it like this. You have probably your quarterback who's constantly getting hurt, and Daniel Jones can't stay healthy. And you have an electric wide receiver that has a ton of talent, but every time you turn around, oh, Tony hurt his ankle. Oh, he hurt his foot. Oh, he tweaked his knee. Oh, it's like, dude, stop it. But with all that being said, I don't see where Kenny Golladay fits in this offense. I really don't see where he fits in the offense. I feel like this offense is more of a Kansas City offense than it is Buffalo Bills. If it was more Buffalo Bills, like if Daves was the offensive coordinator, I could compare and say that Gabriel Davis is Kenny Golladay, and that's how he would be utilizing it. But I look at Kansas City, and Tony, Richie James, and Wan'Dale Robinson fit this bill more than anything else. I just don't see where Kenny fits. And I'll be honest, I'll even go the stretch and say that I don't see where Slayton or Shepard fit either. I think Shep is just really there because, and I said this too, when it comes to Shep and when it comes to Gates, I think that they're there strictly because of the rehab. They wanted him to stay in the facility, stay a part of the team, get their rehab. Now, Shep may play, and that's another thing too. He may play at some point in time during the year. We don't know, but he may play at some point during the year, maybe. But if he does and he's ready, he's going to be very limited. I don't really think that you're going to see a lot of Sterling Shepard. I think that he'll be out there, but in certain package situations.
I was going to say, I really feel like that this wide receiver room is going to have to rotate a bit. They're going to have.
They have so many.
Okay, like listen, check this out because I have the depth chart pulled up for this specific reason. Okay, we got Kenny Golladay, we got Wan'Dale Robinson, right? Who will then, I guess, move into the slot and then have like Darius Slayton, right? So there are your three wide receivers: Kenny Golladay, Wan'Dale Robinson, Darius Slayton. Okay. But we also have CJ Board, who's not terrible. We have Colin Johnson, who's not terrible. Sterling Shep is going to come in and play slot a lot. But Shep is also a very good run blocking wide receiver. So I could see him being out there when we're running the ball. He'll probably be out there in those kind of situations. I mean, like when we're running the ball or when we're doing play action, I have a feeling that he'll be out there because he's a great blocker.
And when we need to move the sticks, because in the beginning of the year last year, him and DJ were were vibing. They were in sync. In the Bronco game, everything. So
I can't see him being like lost in the shuffle here. I have a feeling that Sterling Shepard is going to play a major role here, but it's not going to be a major role where he's getting all kinds of crazy stats. He's going to play a major role,
leadership role.
He's a leader, and he's dependable, and he can block, and he can catch, and we can have him out here.
I could see him being more of like what Amani Toomer was near the end of his career. Like Amani Toomer played, and I think 07 was Amani Toomer's last year where he played. He made some plays, but it was Steve Smith that was playing around that time and took on that role. Obviously, Plexico Burris was there. So I agree. I think there's going to be times maybe where they go ahead and they bring him in for running situations because he is a good run blocking wide receiver, or when they need the sticks. And obviously it's good to have depth. Listen, we went into this past year thinking, man, we took Tony, we have Golladay, we have Shepard, we have Slayton, we have this person, and then we lost 4 wide receivers. We lost 4 wide receivers. We lost Golladay, we lost Tony, we lost Slayton. We lost 4 guys, and they were pulling guys off of the practice squad. Yep. So I wouldn't be surprised if they run with 6 or 7 wide receivers on the active roster to have some depth, to have some rotation. But I personally think Golladay gets traded by the trade deadline. I don't think he's going to be on his cap hit's $21 million, but I think he's going to get traded by the trade deadline. I don't think he's happy. I don't think that he's. I think it got to the point where he's just getting frustrated. And unless there's a change at the quarterback position, I don't feel like it's going to work or it's going to fit. And mainly because I don't see he doesn't get separation, but he's never been in separation. And I'm saying all of this strictly because when I think of Kafka and I think about, and I'm just trying to envision, and I've watched so many because they're always on fucking TV watching Kansas City games. Like all of those receivers can beat one-on-one coverage. Tyreek, McCole Hardman, like they all could beat one-on-one coverage and get good separation. I don't see that with KT or KG. I don't see it. I just don't see how it fits.
It probably won't. Okay, I want to say this about the whole Kenny Golladay situation, okay? Because first and foremost, okay, I think it's very unfair. I think it is very unfair for y'all to persecute Kenny Golladay when we had a former New York Football Giant on this channel tell us that a lot of people wasn't feeling Joe Judge. We had a New York Football Giant, a former Giant here, that told us that the players weren't feeling him. And now Galladay's in this situation where he's like, hey, yo, this organization's fucked up and I'm stuck here. And I don't know if it's going to be good. I don't know if this is good for my career. I just had a season where I didn't catch a single fucking touchdown. I just want you to think about this for a second, y'all. I want y'all to think about this. This man went an entire season as a number 1 wide receiver. Granted, he was injured and all that shit, but as a number 1 wide receiver, how often does the number 1 wide receiver on a team have 0 touchdowns in the season? So I don't think it's fair that everybody's giving Golladay shit because he's unhappy. The man got a right to be unhappy because he came to New York to be a marquee player in a big market, and he's a fucking joke right now. And it's not his fault, but it's kind of his fault, but it's not his fault. I don't think it's fair. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to give Golladay this season to show us that he's worth the money we're paying him. And then I'm willing to shit on him. But until then, right? Can we see what Golladay does? Can we see what Golladay does during the season? I mean, y'all remember a guy named Plexico Burris? Y'all remember that guy?
Yeah, but Plexico came in, dude, and was playing good from the jump, dude.
Hold on a second. That's true, except in practice. He always looked like shit in practice. They was always talking about how bad he looked in practice. He didn't practice well. They said he was lazy. They said he wasn't trying. But when those motherfucking lights came on and that clock started counting down, that motherfucker balled out. I'm just saying. Like, I'm not saying this to say that y'all are wrong for feeling how you feel about Kenny Golladay. The man is getting paid a fuckload of money and he scored 0 touchdowns last year. As a fan, that's unacceptable. But also, because you guys know how I feel about empathy, right? It's the most important trait you could ever fucking have. And if I was Kenny Golladay, I'd be like, fuck this place too. And I don't know how many of y'all would be sitting around with a big-ass smile on your face when you're supposed to be the number one wide receiver on a franchise that is historic in one of the biggest markets in the fucking world, and you're a joke. I'm just saying.
Well, a lot of that, obviously, there was a report, and I was in a space today. I don't know the full, Twitter name. His name is Charlie. I'm sure, so you know who I'm probably talking about. You've seen probably his space before.
Yeah.
So shout out to Charlie.
Shout out to Charlie from Maine. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, Charlie from Maine.
So shout out to Charlie. But a lot of it, there was an audio, not an audio thing, but there was a talk today where, Kenny was open, didn't get the ball right away, got thrown the ball, and it was completely like just not even wear him, and not even behind him. He was being shadowed by a coach, probably the wide receivers coach, turned to him and said, "You see what I'm talking about?" Now, I don't know who was throwing them the ball. More than likely, it was probably, DJ.
It was
more than likely. And so this kind of leads into, this other topic, which is the talk of Tyrod versus DJ. Now, obviously, I know how you feel, Pest, and I think a lot of it is real. I think a lot of it is just you being a troll and stuff like that. But let's look at it legitimately, right?
No, Tyrod is better than Daniel Jones, y'all. That's not saying a lot.
I think when it comes down to I think when it comes down to athletic ability, I think DJ is better. But when it comes to managing, I'm not managing the huddle, because everybody says that DJ manages all. I think when it comes down to managing the game, that is what I'll say. When it comes to managing the game and not looking like you're just like you don't have the answer and you just kind of look like you're just like you're not settled in. A quarterback is supposed to always remain calm with every situation. Mm-hmm. And DJ doesn't look like that. DJ is constantly moving around left to right, everything, like not very he's not very confident. Where when you look at Tyrod's poised. Yes. Tyrod calm in the pocket, going through his progressions, looking, everything like that. So now, as Giants fans, a lot of you guys are being like, put Tyrod in, put this, put that. But a lot of you guys are also thinking until the next season, man, this guy with Richardson on our team from Florida, man, he'd look really good. Or Young from Alabama would look really good with Evan Neal and everything like that and whatnot. It would look real, real good. But you guys got to think, if you put Tyrod in right now, I'm just letting y'all know right now, you're winning anywhere from 7 to 9 games playing Tyrod Taylor. Okay, you could probably maybe even make an argument for 10. Okay, you're gonna win. You're gonna win some games.
You might win 7 or 8. I don't know that.
If you want to, and you ain't getting a top 10 pick either. You're gonna be picking anywhere from probably 15 to 23, somewhere in between between those 6 picks. You play DJ for the whole year, and more than likely, if he's not playing well, you could very easily get a top 10, maybe even another top 5 pick. I don't want to have to trade up super high to try to get a one of these top quarterbacks in the draft. I don't, because you're going to be moving up to get these. If let's just say we're pick 13, okay, or pick 12 even, okay, you're talking about you're going to have to give up 2 firsts and probably a 3rd or a 4th round pick to move up to a top 5 pick. And that's depending on where that top 5 pick is and who's got it. And I don't want to give up 2 first-round picks for an unproven player when I could get him with one of my picks and go. Like, we drafted KT at 5. We don't know what KT is going to be. We speculate based upon what we saw, and we're all hype about it. But to be honest, like, KT could be a flop. KT could just go out there and just not play.
They could all be flops. They could all be flops.
Evan Neal could be a flop at number 7, and his size and his athletic ability and how big he is could all just be an illusion, a wall hiding and sheltering from what the real fucking truth is, that he's absolutely awful. We don't know, but we didn't move up to get him. We took him at 5. We took him at 7. We didn't have to trade up. We didn't have to move any spots. We took them where they were at. I don't want to move up and then get a bust. I'm not trying to move up and have another DeAndre Baker. Okay. And the guy's not even on a fucking roster. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I get what you're saying. Okay. I want to talk about Tyrod Taylor for a second. Okay. Because while I do feel that Tyrod Taylor is the better quarterback of the two, right? I also understand and acknowledge the fact that this is DJ's job until it's not. And so he's going to be our quarterback, and that's what it is, okay? I don't know how I feel about, like, you're saying like 8, 9, maybe 10 wins with Tyrod. I don't know. I don't know if we win that many games with Tyrod. But 7, I'd be like, okay, I think we could sneak in the 7 with Tyrod Taylor, maybe, right? But I'm concerned about Tyrod's ball placement. I'm concerned that Tyrod's going to get one of our wide receivers killed over the middle of the field, because this man be throwing the ball, it be high up in the fucking air. That's a guaranteed hospital ball. Somebody get ready to get their head rocked. You know what I mean? And so, like, I'm concerned about that. I do acknowledge that Tyrod under center or Tyrod in the pocket feels way more comfortable as a fan.
It does.
Daniel Jones under center or Daniel Jones in the pocket. I will also acknowledge that I saw Daniel Jones going through his progressions multiple times last week, and thank God for that. Because at least we know he can do it.
He did look, especially on the play. I know I don't mean to cut you off, but especially on the play where he threw it to Saquon, where Saquon did like the little shoot route.
Yeah.
You saw him look left, look in the middle of the field. Saquon was the 3rd or 4th option on that route combination.
Yep.
I think KG was on an in route. As you know, it was a double in, so it was a double in route. One was at 5 or 8 yards. One was at like 10 or 12.
A levels concept.
Yeah, levels concept. That's what it was. And I saw him go through the progressions, and I was like, okay. Like I saw him look left, look, and then it was the check down. So yes, he did do that, and that was good to see.
Yeah. You guys know that I've always said that I think Daniel Jones is an amazing athlete, okay? I will never take away from his athleticism. I will never take away from what he's able to do with his legs from the standpoint of being a quarterback. And it's nice to have a quarterback that can move. Problem is, Daniel Jones don't be moving. This man don't be moving. And sometimes that's just not good. I want to see Daniel Jones start to extend the play. I want to see Daniel Jones start to move and navigate the pocket and be able to
like a Russell Wilson type of deal,
like a Russell Wilson, like an Aaron Rodgers, like a fucking Tyrod Taylor. Like just extend the play, right? If you're looking pre-snap and you can tell, okay, it's going to take another second for this thing to get open, then you should be preparing to either drop back and figure out which way you can go to navigate the pocket, or you need to be changing something at the damn line. Like seriously, I
see what you're saying.
I need Daniel Jones to extend the plays. Okay,
you feel like it's like scripted?
He can do it.
It's not like right now, like it's scripted. Do you feel like it's like that for him? Like it's like, here, this is the routing concept. This is a play.
There is no improvisation here. You
this is what I need to run. Like, I have to run this. Yeah. I agree with you. And I think that comes with his timid because I think it's like, okay, this is the play that's called like I have to run like this play. Like I can't, like I agree with you. I want to see him roll out and point. Like point this,
go that way. I'm gonna run away, go that way. I got you. Bam.
Boom. I agree 100%. Which I think Tyrod did that. Tyrod did that in the preseason game.
Oh, yeah.
He was getting blitzed. He went up, back, and then he rolled out. And then I think he hit, who was it? I think it was a tight end. It was like number 80 or 88 or something that.
It was Bellinger, and he almost got Bellinger. But Bellinger also almost got killed on that play, just so you know. It was another fucking hospital ball. It was
that's a big dude. He took that hit and got up, and that was good. That was good to see, you know?
Yeah, so I mean, like, there's no improvisation with Daniel Jones, and I just want him to be able to just do that. And again, we're not going to see that in week 1 of the preseason. We're not going to see that in week 1 of the regular season. It's going to probably take him a little bit. But listen, I watched the New England Patriots, their second stringers, run a design scramble drill for a touchdown in the red zone. Daniel Jones can do that. Why is he not doing that? Like, that's what I want to know. Because he can do it. We've seen it. But he drops back, and then he freezes because he's so focused on, progression. Oh, how much time do I got? Oh, don't fumble the ball. And you can tell he is in his head the moment the ball snaps into his hands. And you've been here for a while, Daniel. I know your career has been plagued with bullshit from a organization that absolutely failed you. It will always be the Giants' fault. If your career does not take off, it will always be the New York Giants' fucking fault. I will never say anything other than that when it comes to Daniel Jones. I wouldn't have picked Daniel Jones at 6, but whatever. But the fact of the matter is that, like, listen, like, this is Daniel Jones' team. This is Daniel Jones' job, and he's going to have to go out there and make some shit shake. I'm not concerned about what he does in the preseason because, again, all this shit is scripted. But you know what I really can't wait to see? Week 1, when we run our first 10 plays, because if you've paid attention to the old PTA Sports, if you've paid attention to your boy Pest the Analyst, he's told you that the first 10 plays in every football game on every at every level is scripted. Okay, it's the first play. So I want to see Daniel Jones go through those first 10 scripted plays, and then see how he reacts after he has to just run stuff that they didn't practice for an hour the day before.
Because you're gonna be making adjustments on the fly, and I'm glad that you brought up week 1 because I think week 1 is going to be based upon what I'm hearing from Twitter Spaces, what I'm seeing on Twitter posts and shit like that. I think week 1 is going to be a bigger week than what people actually think, and I think it's going to be a huge week for our defense, and it's going to be a big week for Daniel Jones. Not for the offense, but for Daniel Jones. And this is why. Daniel is going to be going up against a huge test from a defensive standpoint. They can get after the quarterback.
Okay.
Mike Vrabel played defense, and he knows how to go ahead and get after the QB. And Daniel Jones is going to have to be able to improvise in that game because the Tennessee Titans are going to know that the Giants are going to come out and make Saquon Barkley the vocal point of that game. Mm-hmm. It is. And I hate to tell you this, Daniel, and I'm going to take off my glasses and I'm going to look at you, Daniel. Now, you're never going to watch this, but I want to tell you. It's going to be on you whether we win that game or not week 1 because they're going to come in there. We're going to go in there, and their goal is to shut down Saquon Barkley and make you
beat him.
win that football game.
Yeah.
And that's going to be up to you on whether you're going to be able to do it. Now, from a defensive standpoint, Tennessee don't really have any wide receivers, you guys. The only weapon that they really have offensively is Derrick Henry. And that's a big sumbitch.
I mean, they got some pass catchers. They got some pass catchers. They're not great.
Yeah, but no big name guy. They ain't got no Julio. They got rid of AJ Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like, they ain't got no big time guy. Their main offensive weapon is Derrick Henry. Now, we got some big motherfuckers on the defensive line in Leo and Sexy Dexy and Justin Ellis that I think could potentially maybe make a play. And Blake Martinez ain't afraid to go and fill some fucking gaps against this motherfucker. He's going to try to knock him on his ass. Mm-hmm. Okay? It's going to be like, if we don't, and so I'm saying this, our defense, no bullshit, unless Derrick Henry's going for 250, should dominate that offense. Like, that offense should struggle against our defense. And if they don't, then we have some serious concerns from a corner standpoint based upon what happens with that game. If Ryan Tannehill does not get put on his ass and is dotting us up and our corners are not able to produce, and Adoree Jackson, this is your come home game, dude. This is the first time you're going up against Tennessee since they cut you. So go out there and pick off Ryan Tannehill like you never picked him off before. But it's going to be up to Wink and the defense and Daniel Jones whether we win that football game. And it's on Daniel more than it is anything else. It's going to be on. Because I think that defense is going to put us in position to get points. And Daniel's got to make it happen. Because Daniel, they're coming for you. Harold Landry is coming for that ass. He's coming for that ass, baby. And you better be ready to just like make it like take his fucking manhood away from him. Take his manhood away, Daniel.
Boy. Listen, because I mean we're getting way ahead of ourselves. We still have 2 more preseason games. Okay, so as we get towards the end of the show, why don't we talk about the upcoming game on Sunday? Mm-hmm. It's going to be Sunday night. It's a 7 p.m. game. I believe it's going to be on national television. So that'll be cool if it is. What are you looking to see when this game on Sunday is all said and done? What do you want to accomplish? You are the coach. You're the head coach. You're sitting down right now. You're starting to develop your game plan, and you got to go. The Cincinnati Bengals are coming to your house. What's your goal for this preseason game?
Well, one, I want to see how my players respond to defending their home turf. That's number one. Number two, injuries. If it's my goal, I want to come out of this game with like little to no injuries that are major injuries, like a sprained ankle, a bruised hand or here and there, whatever. I don't want a torn ACL. I don't want a season-ending injury or surgery. Like, I want to come out of this game injury-free. So injury-free. I want to see how my players defend their home turf, because let's just face it, the Giants have been struggling at home these last few years. They've really been struggling at home. And if I'm Brian Daboll, I'm saying, listen, we've been struggling at home. This team has struggled at home. Now is the time to set the tone on how this team is going to play at home and get the crowd involved. Get the crowd loud, and make it hard for these Bengals to move the football. Now, I don't think any of the ones are playing from Cincinnati's side. I don't think that we're going to have any ones playing either.
We're going to have ones playing. They already said
we're going to have ones playing. Okay. So I heard a report. I didn't know that for sure, but I did hear a report that Cincinnati, Jamar Chase is not playing. Joe Burrow is not playing. Mixon is not playing. Yes. Their starting guys are not playing. Okay. So
based on what I've seen this week, our starters are playing. We're playing. We're playing some football.
Oh, good. So then that's good. So I want to see what DJ's able to do again. I want to see him open it up a little bit more. I want to see what our defense. I want to see improvement, progression. I'd like to see if KT's playing. I'd like to see KT get a little bit of disruption. Maybe have him play a couple of series, maybe not just one series. Maybe have him play a couple of series. I think Aziz is going to be playing on Sunday, so I want to see him kind of get involved. But I want to see progression, and I want to see the offensive line improve, and I want to see the DBs improve, specifically Aaron Robinson. I want to see. I understand you're not going to shut down everybody. Okay, I get that, but make them work for it. Don't just let it be easy. Right. Make them work for it.
Right.
Make it contested. Make it to where it's not just a walk in the park. I want to see what they're able to do. And Wink, you were in this division, bro, last year. Okay. You know what this guy, and make no mistake about it, like the head coach for Cincinnati, good fucking coach.
Yeah.
Good fucking coach, dude. I think that's another Sean McVay. Like no bullshit. Like very, very good coach. His players play fucking hard for that dude. Like you could tell last year, like those guys played fucking hard. Fucking hard, dude. Much respect to them, but I want to see progression. I want to see progression from a defensive standpoint, from an offensive standpoint. I want to see how they defend their home turf, and I want to make sure that we get out of here injury free. To the major players that are involved. No Saquon, no DJ, no starting. I want to keep all of the starters completely healthy.
Okay.
Yours?
In order to do that, they can't play at MetLife. they just can't play there. Okay. So what I'm looking for is for them to spice up this game plan a little bit more, right? Like week one is always, it's like a dress rehearsal, right? It's almost like a dress rehearsal. You're going to go out there. You're going to run some very basic things. You're not going to do anything super exotic. You're not going to do anything super creative in regards to, some of the plays that you draw up. But, like, I want to see us run a couple of plays, 5 or 6 plays throughout the day that are like, what the fuck was that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just I want to say I've never seen the Giants run that before. 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
On Sunday, I want to be able to say, I've never seen the Giants do that before. That's dope. Because I'm so sick of us being so bland and so boring in regards to our play calls, especially on offense. Now, I don't expect the starters to be doing crazy shit, but I would like to see a handful of things that the offense does that I'm like, wow, I've never seen that before, and a handful of things that the defense does that makes me go, wow, we doing that now? Dope. Last week, I saw us send the house, and I was so excited about that. I want to feel that throughout the preseason every time we're doing something else, and it's like, oh, we're doing that too, yes. Like I want to see some new stuff. Show us something new. Show us something that we've never seen before to let the fans know and to let the NFL know we got some shit for y'all come regular season. We giving you a little sample of some of the type of stuff.
Here's the trailer. Here's the trailer.
We are at home. We are at home in technically our home game, even though next week we play at MetLife again, right? But we're not the home team. But this is our one home game for the preseason. You're going to have all the fans out there. You've got to give us something to be excited about. And the way you do that is by giving us things we have not seen. Giving us things that we've only seen other teams do that are successful. And we're like, yo, why the fuck don't we do that? I want to see that. I want to see that as we progress. But specifically at home, let your fans know, hey, we got some shit coming that we cooking up in the regular season, and it's gonna blow your mind. Like that's what I want. That's all I've ever wanted from this football team. is for us to just do things that are modern, right? That the rest of the league is doing, because the rest of the league is progressing and we haven't. The fucking Cincinnati Bengals were just in the fucking Super Bowl, yo.
And 2 years ago, they were a laughing stock.
And 2 years ago, we made fun of these motherfuckers. They went to the Super Bowl last year. You want to know why? Because that fucking team decided our shit's outdated. Because that was the problem with Cincinnati. That's what players have said about Cincinnati, is they're cheap and they don't want to modernize nothing. They don't want to give us modern shit. Well, now you got modern shit and you go to the damn Super Bowl. Like, the Giants need to do that. So that's what I want. All right. We are hitting an hour, and I'm gonna have to get out of here because I got a stupid early morning because I gotta pay bills and shit. So Rob, what are your final thoughts before we get ready to wrap this son bitch up?
Final thoughts, obviously, do a quick shout for all of us, man. We really appreciate you guys coming in. Chris, Afghanistan, LA Vance, all you guys, Don Vito, all of you guys that are coming through, we greatly appreciate it. Make sure that you guys, shout out to Afghanistan, saying, hit the like button. It really does help us out a lot, guys. So, make sure that you guys hit the like, share the videos, share the streams out. Make sure you're putting it on your social media platforms. When you see the tweet, if you're not following, Pest or myself on Twitter, make sure that you guys are doing that. We post every single time before we're about to go live. So make sure to like it and retweet it. If you're not checking us out on Twitch either, I'm sure Pest is going to be starting to stream here pretty soon. Franchise, franchise, and stuff like that. So
time for the CFL nerd.
I stream on a regular basis as well. So if you like football, you want to chop it up with us more than just on Wednesdays, come in our streams, hang out, chop it up. We'll love to do that. If you see any Twitter spaces that we're in, come in, hang out with us. But also, I just want to say thank you, like I said, to you for your guys' support. And going off of what you said to end it, I just want to see, I want them to motivate us and push us to look forward to the start of the regular season with this upcoming game. Like you said, we have another game at MetLife, but we're not the home team. We're the away team. It's a Jets home game, even though it is in MetLife. This is an opportunity to get the fan base involved, to get them pumped, and make it to where, and again, you don't have to do things for the fan base because you don't work for the fans. But let's have this game to the point where the next week leading up until the Jets game, there isn't anything negative that we're really having to say. There's a lot more. Oh, I like you said, oh man, did you see how they were running that? Did you see what they did? Did you see these plays? Did you see this man do that? Like, let's have some positive feedback when it comes to some of the Twitter spaces and other content creators doing their videos and stuff like that. I mean, for God's sakes, we're already talking about moving on from KG, and I know I brought that up, but Fireside was talking about 21 million and could we trade him? Like, we're already bringing in negative shit. Let's stay positive. Let's do it. Let's do it together. Thank you guys for the love and support always. We love you guys, and thank you.
Yeah, so listen, I think that's really all that needs to be said at this point. Again, thank you all for spending some time with us on this fantastic Wednesday evening. We are nothing without y'all. And yeah, I hope that you all have a great rest of your week. Look forward to talking to you guys probably sometime. We'll probably be in like a Twitter space or something a couple of times this week. And we'll probably be doing some kind of something related to the game on Sunday. So I don't know. We'll figure all that out. But yeah, we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all all so very much again. And yeah, we will get up with you guys later. So deuces. They want me to push the button, but I don't really feel like pushing the button. So,